Hello everyone, hope you're doing okay. Today we are looking at English paper 3, or reminding ourselves of what we already know. Now, in question 1, you normally have 2 questions whereby you choose one question that you can be able to answer or to tackle comfortably. If the question or if the composition is an argumentative composition, make sure if you've chosen an argumentative composition, make sure that you give points why you support or you do not support. Make sure that each point or reason is in its paragraph. Also, after you have done that, give a stand or give your stand as you conclude. You give your stand. Why are you supporting? Why did you decide to not support? So we are saying this: if the composition is argumentative, make sure that you give points why you support. That is, if you are supporting. If you are not supporting, give points why you are not supporting. For example, if the question is white collar jobs is better, or maybe technical courses are better than science courses. That is just an example. So if you are supporting that technical courses are better, then you give points as why you support. Then after that, tell us why you have decided to stand with that, to stand with the stand of technical courses are better. I hope you're getting it. Then number 2, we have descriptive composition, whereby you have to make use of the 5 senses. Tell us what you saw, tell us what you touched, tell us how the person looked. Explain in details. Make use of the 5 senses. What did you hear? What did you see? How was the person dressed? Yeah, make sure you make use of the 5 senses. Give a vivid description. Do not leave a detail. Then we have the expository composition, whereby you explain in details. From the word explain, or in another name, we can call them the discursive compositions. Then we have a narrative, whereby you give a story or you narrate a story. That is it. Make sure that the composition you choose to answer is the one that you're comfortable in. You can be able to express it with ease. Then a good composition, always remember that we do not check on those expressions that you're using. We look at how, or whether your language is mature. Can you be able to connect sentences, simple sentences, compound sentences? Are you hooking the reader so that the reader do not want to go to another person's composition? They want to know what happened next. Then be creative and original. Make sure that you do not repeat a story that is well known, or maybe you are picking a story. Avoid giving a title. Reason why we avoid giving titles is because you can give a totally different title from what you have written, or you can make errors. Write a composition that is believable. Avoid writing things that you've seen in movies and they are not believable. Make use of styles to make your composition interesting. Like, you can make use of flashback, personification, symbolism, and the many other styles. Then make use of simple language and use a good handwriting. Remember, handwriting, as the person is marking, they're going to consider your handwriting. Why? Because you cannot use a bad handwriting and expect the person to keep struggling to mark your composition. So that is all about question 1. Choose a question that you know you will handle or you'll be able to tackle in the best way possible. Then about the essay, you have to have an introduction, whereby introduction, we write an introduction in a paragraph on its own. Write a very good introduction. Then the introduction carries 2 marks. Then the body, whereby the body carries 12 marks, because here they are going to be looking at the content that you're using. Write 4 paragraphs that are well explained. Each paragraph is going to carry 3 marks. Then the conclusion, conclude your work, your essay, which is going to carry 2 marks. And then, so in total, we have 16 marks without the language. Then the language that you've used is also going to earn you marks, 4 marks. About the language, they're going to check at your tenses, the spellings. Do you have spelling mistakes? How have you expressed your points? Do your sentences have subject-verb agreement? So that is all about the language. The language carries 4 marks. So be keen as you are writing. Let the introduction be as interesting as possible. Your body have 4 paragraphs and explain them well. Explain them in a way that you're going to convince the reader. Then have a conclusion which is going to carry 2 marks, and the language. Before you write the essay, make sure that you plan for your work. It helps to organize the points from the strong ones to the weak ones. This helps you to avoid starting or writing the weak ones before you write the strong ones. Begin with the strong ones. Plan your work before you start writing. Then it helps you to submit neat and organized work. Because you planned ahead, you can be able to write a very neat and organized work. It helps you to avoid repeating points, because you've already written down somewhere else in a pencil maybe. Then it helps to avoid wastage of time.